Hello everyone and welcome to the Vortex, where lies and falsehoods are trapped and exposed, coming to you from Rome this week. The spirit of Vatican II has had an awful lot of discussion points in the last 50 years or so since the close of the Council. The spirit of Vatican II has been more like a specter haunting the Church. Vatican II itself needs to be distinguished from what happened as a result of people inside the Church who took Vatican II and twisted it around and gnarled it around and started pushing their own progressivist liberal agenda inside the Church. For example, Vatican II never said, you won't find anywhere in the documents of Vatican II, where all of a sudden the priest is supposed to be facing the people. The priest, or the celebrant, has always, in the history of the Church, faced the east, what we call ad orientem, facing the east, towards the east. Because that's where the Christians, the first Catholics, always face that way, because that's where the sun rises. And the sun rising represents Christ, rising from the dead, and coming back on the last day. That's why it wasn't a question of the priest with his back to the people. It was the priest and the people facing the same direction. Another aberration attributed to Vatican II that has nothing to do with Vatican II is receiving Holy Communion in the hand. Vatican II didn't say anything about that, but lots of people took Vatican II and used that as an excuse to push these different things. I was speaking with a couple of Irish seminarians in St. Peter's Square a couple of nights ago, and they said that the conditions are so bad in the seminary that it seems like the people in charge of formation are the ones who need the formation. We hear that from seminarians all over the world. We hear that from priests all over the world. And we also understand, as some people have shared with us, that many of the bishops today, not just in America, but all around the world, are sort of victims of the spirit of Vatican II training that they received in seminary. Now, we're not talking about the ones initially at the council. We're talking about today's bishops who, were in seminary 30 or 40 years ago, who were the recipients of this sort of new wave of a new and modern, updated spirit of Vatican II theology that unfortunately sort of left them somewhat ill-prepared and ill-equipped to deal with the chaos that's going on in the Church right now, which is why the laity needs to present themselves to the bishops and be faithful and say, Your Excellency, Your Grace, I'm here to help. What can we possibly do to help? This is the role of faithful Catholics today, to step up and say, I see the Church in need. Here I am, Lord. What can I do? From Rome, I'm Michael Voris. God bless you.
Please help us keep delivering these kinds of messages that so desperately need to be heard and acted on. Join RealCatholicTV.com today as a premium subscriber. Become immersed in the faith established by Jesus Christ. The Catholic Church is the only hope against evil because that is its God-given mission. As our Lord said, apart from me, you can do nothing. Join RealCatholicTV.com today as a premium subscriber and come to learn and love Christ more deeply.